Hi, welcome to Walking Wilder. I'm Bark. Um, there's a decision that needs to be made, a choice that you need to make. The good news is that regardless of what you choose, it will be the correct response. This is somehow related to something that is really calling you. Here's the Siren card. But there's a shadow aspect. There's something in this perhaps that you're not really seeing. Um, Here's the Shaman card. So there's this element of needing to look for an answer in a way or a place that you would not normally look. Let's see here. What else? Victorious. It is good to ask for help. And dream. Life can be a dream come true. See, again, here's this sort of not shadowy aspect per se, but something that's a little hazy, a little, it's like it's not really grounded in the 3D world yet. Perhaps you're trying to manifest something and you're sort of going back and forth between, is this what I really want? Am I sure that I know that I'm going to be victorious with this? Wish. Yeah, definitely something you're trying to manifest. And again, this is for your higher good. But it's like there's something that you're overlooking, something that you're not really paying attention to. Perhaps this is an aspect, see how, these hands are, this is an aspect of yourself holding you back in some way. A pattern or something that maybe you believe you're not really worthy of, whatever it is you're trying to manifest, or, that's never going to happen for me, that type of thing. But this, is telling you, look deep, like look in the shadows, in the pattern, to see what is it that's holding me back. Of course, that can be difficult because chances are that this is like an unconscious energy for you. But know that you will make the right choice. All right, let's see what the challenging energy is in this for you. I just got these cards, so we'll have to see how they read. But they're very beautiful, so that's always good. 9 of Swords, 3 of Swords. Yeah, you're definitely in your head about something here. Whatever it is, it either has hurt you or you're kind of fearing that it might. And yet, with the Siren card here, it's definitely calling you. Now, this could be a relationship, since the lover card is I can't talk. The lover card is here. So perhaps you're trying to manifest a new connection, or you recently met someone, or, is thinking about, well, maybe this is what I should do. But some sort of past hurt is holding you back, because what if, I'm like being pulled in by something and then it turns out this is not really, was what I wished for. I apologize for my bad English today. So I think you might be holding yourself back. Well, not you consciously, but whatever it is that has caused you pain in the past is still here, still somehow hanging over you. See how that branch is hanging over her head there? Yeah, the Tower here. So something could have happened that just basically, destroyed your world. Not, in a literal way, but this the feeling I'm getting with this is that it kind of like it came out of nowhere. We're having a thunderstorm right now. It's almost over, so if you hear the rumbling, that's why. So I also have a dog on one side and a cat somewhere else in here because neither one of them likes storms. Um, but this is literally my feeling with it. It was like a lightning bulb. All of a sudden, poof, your world changed. Um, you might have intuitively known that something was coming, and then again, not, because here's the moon card, which is the card of hide, of something that's sort of hidden in the dark. But also, to me, moon energy is extremely intuitive. I was born on a full moon, and I love, 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 love moon energy. So there's that. Don't know what that has to do with your reading, except for the intuitive part. So you might not have seen it, but you might have felt that something was coming. Kind of like when you sort of know there's a storm coming because you feel the temperature shift a little bit. Maybe the wind picks up a little bit. It's like there's just some sort of, maybe a sky changes color or whatever it is, but it's like a subtle thing. It's not plain out there in, for you just to see. You just know. And that's my feeling with this, that whatever this tower was for you, it kind of took you by surprise. Even though there was a part of you that might have known that something was off. It was just not really... Three of Pentacles. There's a wish to somehow repair this. Not, what happened here, but definitely what it did to you. This, see how, there's sort of a stability in this. There's I am capable of standing on solid ground here. Grounded with two pentacles here and one like up. So there's something with it. You're definitely working to try to get out of whatever this energy is that's holding you back. Some of you can't sleep at night, and it's just sort of worrying about what it is that's going on. Some of you could be having that feeling that you kind of have when you're sort of like, how, well, I don't know if you know, but some of you definitely will. You have this feeling that you are not really... you're not really grounded. It's like you're living in a dream. You're present in your everyday life and everything, but it's like there's just something that's a little out of whack here. All right, Spirit, talk to me about the challenging energies in this. But yeah, you're trying to manifest something. And it's like I get this on one side, here it's like very exciting. Here's, the white part, and on the other side, it's like scares the craps out of you. Which, is a normal reaction. King of Wands. This, to me is, see how he's sort of connected to the universe. This is like a portal type of thing almost. So for me, that goes very well with this ask for help. I don't think that this really means, some of you might have friends that you can ask to kind of, talk this through and whatnot. But this is also asking for some sort of protection, for you to ask to be guided to, reconnect with your creativity, your passion for life, your groundedness. See, he's standing there. I think he is standing on a bridge though, which is kind of like, so it's sort of like in between being on the solid ground and being on this bridge. Perhaps he came from the other side. This is you like walking across the bridge after whatever situation it is that is no longer there. Tell me about supportive energies here. He looks like he's a little, scared to step off the bridge. It's kind of like, okay, if I take this last step here, then I'm Uh, yeah, yeah. If I take this last step here, then I'm officially on a new timeline. So if you step off this bridge, you say the final goodbye to whatever it is that this represents for you. And while that would probably be a good idea in most cases, it is also a big step to take, if that makes sense. What's the supportive energy here, Spirit? What's the supportive energy? Knight of Wands. Yeah, there's been a period of time here. See how he's standing there, where you have been really, really pissed, uh, for lack of a better word. But there has been some anger here, some upset, some hurt, some deep, deep wounding. This has really, really hurt with the Three of Swords. Um, but it's also been like there's been a part of you. I see this fox here, which, foxes sometimes get, I need to hold the card so you can actually see it, sometimes gets the rap. I saw this exhibition not that long ago about the spiritual meaning of foxes for like, I don't know, several thousand years ago in the area where I live. Where they were actually quite revered and looked at, as having shamanic abilities because they, live in a cave underground, but they also come up at night and run around. So it's kind of like they walk between worlds. Um, and the energy that I'm getting with this is that this is an aspect of you that is like, this is not going to get me down. This is not going to, stop me on my path. Yeah, I'm wounded temporarily, uh, but I am going to be manifesting this wish that I have here. Um, yeah. Tell me more, Spirit. Ace of Wands, a new beginning. Definitely, looking to move forward and put this behind you. There's a new, sort of like a passionate energy here. Um, and again, I'm feeling this battle between being here and then being in the Nine of Swords with, overthinking the situation, worrying about, well, am I going to get it right this time? Is this the right path? Did I make the right decision? Where am I even headed? What is going on with that? Here's the Two of Pentacles. So this is a choice, that you need to make an active choice. And I think this is actually about you you being able to manifest what you want to manifest. Because if you're going back and forth, sort of like, don't know, really know, and being unsure of yourself, that's not a good place to be setting new intentions. Because the universe is like, okay, so you want that? Fine, we'll start working on that. And then tomorrow it's like, oh, now, they want something different. So you're kind of, you're lacking the, you're needing to take that final step off that bridge, and make a choice about what it is you actually want to see here. Four of Pentacles. This is about your stability, but the Four of Pentacles, yeah, you're hanging on to whatever it is, that you have, but you could manifest Ten of Pentacles if you wanted to. Here's the King of Swords. And this is you kind of sitting here going like, I don't know, do I want to hang on to the Four of Pentacles? Meaning in this case, I feel staying where you are. And I don't mean in the situation that hurt you, but in the space of not really being able to move freely and make the decision, not stepping off the bridge. The World. Something has ended here, no doubt about that. And of course, every time something ends, something new begins. That's just the nature of things. So the choice here really is, what is it that you want to begin? Where are you going to go with this? What are you going to be manifesting? Tell me more, Spirit. What is the seer not seeing here? What are they not seeing coming? And I'm sorry, my English is, I don't sleep well right now, so then my head is just not quite there. And I am Bark, by the way. This is Walking Wilder, in case you didn't know. And if you're new, welcome in. And if you've been here before, welcome back. It's wonderful to have you guys here. Well, 9 of Cups at the bottom here. This is wish fulfillment. So again, you have a wish here that you are aware of, and Spirit is like, yeah, we're working on your wish fulfillment. Can you see it now? I think you can. 10 of Cups underneath here, You can have anything you want, really. But you have to be sure that that's what you want, so you don't kind of block your own power to manifest. This, the 4 of Cups in the original tarot decks, this is the one where he's sitting underneath the tree, and Spirit is trying to give him this gift, and he's just so engulfed in his own doom and gloom and heartbreak, and he's just not seeing it. This to me is often about being in balance with what you want. See how up here you're creating something, you have 2 cups that has, fun and creativity and bright colors and all of this. And then, this is like, but in the shadow is this sort of like muddy, weird looking stuff. I mean, so what is it you want more of? And of course, we always have light and darkness and all of that in us. But it's like there's something here that you're not really seeing being offered to you. Or maybe you're seeing it, but still, you're standing here on this bridge and you're like, should I step off? Is it safe to step off? And if I do, then I'm going to leave whatever is on the other side of that bridge behind. And this means a new start, the Ace of Wands, which can be a really good thing. But also, of course, sometimes it's a scary thing. But Spirit is saying, whatever you decide, you'll be correct. Ten of Cups at the bottom. So you know what you want. You know your 10 of Cups. There's the Tower again. Tell me more, Spirit. Do you have some advice here? Three of Cups. 9 of Wands. The way this is in this deck here, the 9 of Wands, is being somewhat exhausted from things you've carried and that type of thing. But see how here it's almost like a spiritual shield. It's like Spirit saying, hey, we got you. See, we're protecting you. All these wands here and light and everything else, we're putting up a shield around you so you don't have to carry this by yourself. Here's the 3 of Cups. So again, there's a... and here's the Devil card. I think part of the answer to this is getting out of the fear. That's basically what the reading is about. But, this is a weird Devil card in my world anyway. That's the only card in this deck that I'm kind of like, what? But, there's something here about being in balance and releasing that fear. Seeing that, well, you have more than 1 cup. you're capable of manifesting more than you already have, because see, here's a small cup and then they get bigger and bigger. So it's like you have that capability. You're in this fear state because you're still hanging on, because you haven't stepped off that bridge. What will come of this in the next 2 to 3 months? I'm going to put this back in and see if it pops out again. See how this time it was kind of sideways, so it's like there's something shifting here. The Emperor. What's going to manifest in the next 2 to 3 months here of this situation? Nine of Wands now in reverse. So less burdens. Knight of Swords. Death, so transformation, and the Lovers. Yeah, you know, you're going to make a decision. There's going to be a transformation, and a new choice, a new cycle, a new way of being in the world. There's a lot of balance in this. Make sure that you don't, that you're not being too hasty with this. It's okay to be thinking it through. Remember, Spirit says you can't make the wrong choice. So it's going to be okay. But you also want to make sure that, you get the lessons from it, is my feeling with this. The Knight of Swords, he can be, a little hasty sometimes. But in this card, he seems actually quite balanced. You see how the hawk is here at the top, sitting there wise and sort of looking all, around, protecting his energy. And he's balancing his sword. So there's sort of a feeling of, yeah, I'm the Knight of Swords, I move fast, all of that, but I'm in balance. So that's a good thing. Anything else, Spirit, that you want to say? And of course, if this reading resonates with you, if you're still hanging out, thank you so much for sticking around. And please press like, subscribe if you don't already, and yeah, write me a message if it resonates. That would be really nice. I like reading messages. It's always interesting because sometimes, it's like you sit here and talk to your screen. So it's nice to hear from the actual souls behind the camera. Anyway. The Sun, yeah. Queen of Wands and Four of Wands. So and here's the Eight of Wands. So you are going to be moving, away from this being stuck energy. And see all the possibilities in this Eight of Wands card. Normally it's like all of them are going in the same direction, but here it's like, oh no, we got all these possibilities for things that we can manifest, and there's like little spirit lights at the end of all of them. So there's a lot of light, a lot of love, a lot of support around you in this. And a lot of balance. Here's the Four of Cards. The Four of Cards. Goodness grief. Four of Wands. And the Queen of Wands. And the Sun. So yeah, you know what you need to do. And basically, the feeling I have with this is a process that you're going through. Something new is calling you. Whether it's love or, in a new direction, something creative, a new job, whatever it is. But you have this need to look really deep in order to feel you're making the right decision, which is actually a good thing, Even though Spirit says you can't make the wrong choice, you are still spending some time and some energy looking at this, which means you're also going to really integrate the lessons from it. And that is always a good thing, because then you are You're moving, you're learning, you're growing. Didn't we have the growth card? Yeah, we had the growth card here. You know, it's like you're developing, and that's, really, really cool. So I hope this makes sense to you. Yeah, I like these new cards. Do you guys like them? If so, let me know. Maybe you know them already, but I just got them today, and I'm like, yeah, I like the vibe on these. Um, so I think we'll become quite good friends. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and that's all for now. Big love.